open field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Oregon Ducks and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Guys, as you know, Alabama coming off a terrific year last year, getting back into the college football playoff and getting to the second round. But this team has more to prove. They lost their quarterback, Ty Simpson, to the draft, but they still have one of the most dynamic wide receivers in the country. Ryan Coleman-Williams is looking for a little redemption after a low production year last year. The fans can't wait to see what this version of the Crimson Tide will look like this season. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. So Alabama's kicker headed to the football to start this 2026 season. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Going to the ground. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Dante Moore. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick.
How about that for this defense on the first drive? You want to come out and create some momentum, create some energy, create a negative play. They do just that. They force the INT. Not only that, got a little bit of return on it, a little icing on the sundae to go with it. Great start for this defense.
Great place to start for this offense. Motion from the wide receiver. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Throwing Russell. Here's a heat. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
Terrible way to start this game if you're on offense. You've given up 2 straight negative plays. You ran the ball on first down for negative yards, and then you take a sack now on second down. That tells me this offensive line has got to wake up. You knew this was physically going to be a challenge, but you've got to get ready to go, and you've got to fire off the ball because going backwards ain't going to get it done.
Welcome to college. First carry for the freshman. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
That's a nice job by this defense, getting in the backfield quick. They got in there so fast, anticipating pass on 3rd and long, but they reacted so well to the run, get the tackle for a loss, and now probably going to force the punt here.
They'll play it safe and try for 3. And he got just enough of that one. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
Well, the head coach has to like that. It's the first drive of the entire year. You did some good stuff on the drive. You get yourself in field goal range. Most important, you come away with points to kick this season.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Offense is on the field to get this drive going. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Throwing more. Quickly complete. No chance to run, but still a good gain. Guys, let's chat for a moment about Oregon. They had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out, and that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoff. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse, and do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them on the back last year. Yeah, you didn't win it all, but you made it to the playoff. Nice job. They're hungrier than they were a season ago. Let's see if that shows itself here today.
And you see this so much in college football, man. Now, short yard situations, you give it to your QB, you get the extra blocker, and it's just really hard to stop, man, because he still is a thrower, and there's still that threat. But nice job being physical on the line of scrimmage by this offense.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Here's more to throw. Got the quick pass. There he goes. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
That is a total bust by the defense. You can't go out there with 6 DBs and allow a wide receiver to be that wide open, make the catch, and then even make a nice run after it. Somebody made a big mistake.
There's some room.
New running back, same result. Like, it's pretty clear what they want to do on the offensive side of the football. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage. They want to run the football, whether it's the starter or now the backup. They're going to establish that ground game. It's what they do. It's who they are.
Moore to the air. Got his man in the middle. He'll be pulled down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run.
And when this quarterback is in a rhythm, this offense is really hard to stop. You've seen that on this drive. He's 3 for 3, but they're also running the ball well. Everything they're dialing up right now is working.
The Ducks will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Moore. Looking for the goal line. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Trying to pound their way in. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And this defense sold out for the run. I love it. Physical, downhill, 2nd and goal. Nice job getting the stop, forcing the 3rd down.
It's 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. And he's in. Touchdown, Oregon.
3rd and goal, you're going to turn around and just give it to this guy who just has a nose for the end zone. He's able to find the crease and pay it off for his offense.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He leaves it with his back. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Pressure coming. Being chased. He throws it back to the left, a risky ball. Wide open spaces. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal.
And that has got to be a coverage bust on defense. There is no way the receiver should have been allowed to be that open deep down the field. Somebody on defense blew their assignment.
Russell on play action. Finds his big tight end. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown time.
And the passing game paying dividends right now for this offense. They just had a big play through the air to get him down in the situation. So let the quarterback deal. Great job reading coverage. He found his open target. Accurate throw. And 2 plays through the air. And they've got 6 points on the board.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Dante Moore. Grabbed in the middle. It's Davison. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Unloads to the wideout. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance.
Got a little grass. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And, man, another nice run. And you can just see the balance. You can see the toughness. This guy's really good at what he does, and they're going to continue to feature him. He's already got 1 touchdown on the day, and I imagine he'll continue to be a focal point for this offense, and he better be for this defense.
Makes the catch. It's Hooks. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Throwing more. It falls incomplete, and will change ends of the field to get things started back up. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. And they've swapped ends of the field, and we'll get it going in the 2nd. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. So they were getting up against the play clock, and they don't want the penalty. They'll take the timeout here. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. The Tide crowd rolling noise down on the Saban field on 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He'll be stopped short. It'll bring up 4th down as this defense makes a play.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, and they finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of 1st downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
Tries to get it on the ground. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
And I don't know if field position really matters on that one, right? I know they're on the plus side of the territory, but 4th and inches, most offenses today are going to be going for it. They did. They execute the running play. and they keep the sticks moving.
Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense. Getting the sack, getting the fumble.
Tide ready to roll on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Russell, bringing the heat, and it's a sack.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Looking to pass. It's Russell. Oh, they're after him. The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that first down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be 4th and short.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? And having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Ball security going to be paramount this time, Jesse.
Yeah, and sense of urgency, too. They're trailing in this game right now. The turnover wasn't great, so, David, they really got to be able to put something positive together on this drive.
Put something positive together, be aggressive, but don't be reckless. Can't have any more of those turnovers.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
They'll go play action with Moore. Scrambling away. Slings it downfield. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. On the gun, on 3rd down, Dante Moore. Plucks it out of the air. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The run inside. It's Hill. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
I know one of of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
And the Ducks send out the punt unit. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Quarterback making adjustments. They go play action with Russell. Under fire. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Keelan Russell. Complete. Bulldozes his way through. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. Down inside the 35. Stopped him at the 34, and what an electrifying play.
Man, is it nice to have a guy that can do that. Goodness gracious, short pass, but he has such speed, elusiveness, vision, the whole nine. He shows you all of it right there. Catches the football, makes some people miss, gets upfield, and gets the long gain. That is so nice for a quarterback to throw it short, but you get all those yards after the catch.
And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Throwing Russell. Here comes the heat. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
It's too bad because these receivers are winning outside one-on-one. If this offensive line can just give their quarterback a little bit more time, there are some plays to be had.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Quarterback making checks. Russell from the gun on 3rd down. They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range. Now Oregon will call its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. They got it, it's blocked. That's a live ball.
And how about the speed by that defender coming off the edge to block that field goal? Wow.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Here's more to throw. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Hit as he throws. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there. More and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Rush is on him. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
And we've already seen him make splash plays in this football game. He got the interception, the big pick earlier, now getting in the backfield, getting to the quarterback, and doing the most important thing. When you get there, get home, and get him on the ground. He's got a pick, and now he's got a sack.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Gresham. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. He'll take it himself. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Moore. Got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks.
And that's a great job by this offense. That's how you work the clock. You want to take as much as you can and punch that ball in the end zone. Masterful clock management, and they now take the lead going into the half.
And you just got to wonder, too, David, how does that affect the confidence of a defense, right? They needed to find some way, somehow, to get a stop, limit the damage on that final drive. They give up a touchdown. They're going into halftime now, trailing. They've got to raise their level of play in the second half.
On the run from inside his own 5. Makes a move. He's got it out. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We start with a look at LSU taking on the number 15 team, the USC Trojans. And it's LSU who are rewarded for feeding their star. For some reason, he plays better at home, and this team plays better at home, as they did today.
He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19.
Pushing them to 1-0 on the short season. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
He'll start the third quarter with the run. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Russell. Snagged out of the air. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Alabama needs just a few inches here on 3rd down. Dropping back, it's Russell. It's complete. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains. With all those receivers in the game, you might think they were getting ready to try to take a big shot. Instead, just efficiently moving the chains.
Yeah, you got all that speed. It scares the mess out of me. I might give you more of a cushion, especially in some areas where you're going to get good matchups of safeties or linebackers on receivers. Nice execution by the offense, getting the free first down.
Got his man on the outside. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Keelan Russell. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Again, it's Russell. Here's the pressure. Takes a hit as he fires. Another incompletion on third down.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Catches it cleanly at the 20. He gets a block. He turns like that or why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. First catch of the season and his career for this freshman tight end.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk, and on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
Really nice resiliency by the running back. Sometimes you just got to be able to turn the page, right? You have a tackle for loss the previous play, they give it right back to you, and you make the defense pay. Good vision, good athleticism picking up that first. Why not give it to him again?
He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davison. Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Ducks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Gresham. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
And the whistle blows as they bring out the trainers to have a look at an injured Duck. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Forges ahead for one to the 8-yard line. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Moore with the play fake. He wants it all. Touchdown, Ducks! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
And we're not surprised, right? Finding the big fella down in the red area. Like the power forwards, those guys that basically set up shop, rebound, go get it. You know if somebody's on, they can still make the catch. A lot of times they say quarterback's best friend, tight end, especially in the red zone.
And with the extra point, they take a 21-17 lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Throwing Russell. quickly complete. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to that outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback get going the other direction.
Finding some room. Rams him with the stiff arm. A huge play there, and he has them set up and in business at the 30.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd, because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
Quarterback keeper. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Russell. Under fire. He's sacked. This defense all over him.
This has been a rough night for this offensive line. Man, they have not protected their quarterback. Everything starts with the big guys up front. That's their 5th sack given up of the game.
From the gun on third down, Keelan Russell. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet at my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to the...
And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. They'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. First down here as we dive into the college football season, a week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. Safe completion on the screen. At the 20, he's got space. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they've moved up front here on the 4th.
And just like that, the game is completely changed, right? The defense comes away with a huge turnover, and the offense able to cash it in, capitalize by scoring a touchdown. So they've now got the lead. Not a lot of time left, but it feels like all the momentum is now on their side.
He's got it, and the lead is up to a field goal. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Looking for space. It's Davison. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Dante Moore. do to pick up the first down?
Slant routes. They're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage, too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
Moore from the gun on third down. Complete to the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down. And more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game. So you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him. He'll make those contested catches.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
Who says defensive backs don't have hands? Nice job breaking on the football and making the catch. A lot of times you see guys swat it down or you see them trying to catch it. It looks like they have two left hands. Defensive backs don't catch real well. Nice job breaking on the football. Nice job securing the INT and actually catching it.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. So the defense sets them up with that interception. Now a couple of first downs, maybe even punch in a score, and they'll go home with the W. Slithers into space. Turning it on. He's at the tip, and he scores. Touchdown, Bama.
And both sides of the ball late in the football game coming together. Defense forces the turnover. Offense punches it in. 2-possession lead in this fourth quarter.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed them for the big play in the running game. One snap, one touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Time is running short. They've let this game get away from them a little bit. They must get something done here to have a chance to pull it out late. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives, and the best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
Caught. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. First down, 10 yards to go. Throwing Moore. Pocket breaking down. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. Running inside. It's Davison. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. He's dragged down to the ground, but what a play there. Scoops up the loose football and moves the chains. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
And the Ducks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Gonna run it. It's Davison. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Davison. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing show for that run.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. You got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
He sends two wideouts right, two to the left on 2nd and 9. Here's more to throw. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's caught for the late touchdown. So how about this? Maybe we are set up for a finish.
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 31-28. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they covered the final 29 yards with that touchdown pass. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The give and tick, 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 tick. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. With 1:52 seconds left, the defense will use a timeout trying to get the football back. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. Keelan Russell finds a soft spot in the middle. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Now Oregon will call its 2nd timeout. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this 3rd down play. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. He might want another play. Russell from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Final timeout taken here by the Ducks. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on 4th down. And it looks as if there will be no return here as the punt goes out of bounds. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Snags a quick pass on the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set.
And I think the defense doing a really good job of understanding this is late in the game. It matters. Taking away the sidelines, taking away the middle of the field, making him kind of check the football down, go through his progressions, and make that clock tick.
Holds it in. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Here's a hit. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game?
He had that one slip to the ground, and if he had held on, that might have been a wrap. Instead, it'll be 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. Devontae Moore wants to throw again. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth.
Third downs are so crucial in quarterbacks. You want them to be elite with their functioning, be able to go through their progressions, get rid of the football, not take sacks. But they just took a sack. How about the individual effort by that defense, understanding third down and getting to the quarterback?
The decision to go for it does not pan out. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. You work all offseason for that, the chance to take a knee and punctuate an opening victory to this season. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw two really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, two really good teams, man. That's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a team that's ranked above you. Now you start to climb up the charts, build some momentum. This squad's about to get some more respect, Ballman.